Presidential Weekly!
Welcome to Presidential Weekly. I'm Nicholas Thomason, and I'll be your host. This week, we have two very special guests, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz. Let's welcome Marco Rubio to the stage. Marco.
Polo! Hey Nicholas, it's a pleasure to be here today.
No problem, Marco. Let's get right into the questions then. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a Cuban-American Republican, and I have been a senator of Florida since 2011. Now I'm running for the Republican nomination for president.
Well, we're glad you're running. Now let's talk about your views. What's your stance on defense?
I believe that defense spending should be the highest level federal obligation. We have not done enough to establish our dominance. Right now, ISIS is a bigger threat than Al-Qaeda, and we need to take the proper steps to have control over the threat. We cannot afford to have another 9/11-like attack before we take action. We must make defense spending our highest priority if we want to keep our citizens safe. We need to be prepared for any sort of situation.
Very valid points indeed. I think we can all agree that our economy has seen better days. So what is your opinion on the economy?
When Obama came into office, he established a stimulus plan that he thought would lower the unemployment rates. Well, it didn't work. Obama's stimulus plan is bad for America. We've had this belief that the way out of recession is to tax, spend, and borrow, but that's been proven wrong, time and time again. We need a change. That is why I believe we need the balanced budget amendment. This amendment requires that a state cannot spend more than its income. Our country is in debt, and now is as good a time as ever to change that.
Well, let's hope that this change comes around soon. Now, tell me, Marco, what are your views on gun control? Do you think that we should have more laws or less?
When Adam Lanza rampaged through Sandy Hook Elementary School and took many lives, the gun was not blamed for the death of the people. It is not the gun that does the killing. The person holding the gun is the killer. I don't think that having more gun control will stop these instances of murder from happening. Any person that is insane enough to go kill a bunch of people is going to be insane enough to try to find a way to get a gun. If we want to deal with guns, we must find a way to do it constitutionally. The more gun control laws we pass, the more we neglect the rights that were instilled on us by this nation's founding fathers. The Second Amendment. I myself have a concealed weapon permit, but this does not mean I carry my gun around everywhere and have murderous intentions with them. Laws will give the people the freedom they want, but taking laws away will not stop the mass shootings and murders. If a person has murderous intentions, they will find a way to get a gun, whether it be by following the law or breaking it.
Well, let's hope you're not concealing a weapon right now. Ha ha ha. Just kidding, Marco. Let's move on. Immigration has obviously played a huge role in your life, being that your parents both immigrated to the United States from Cuba in 1956. But it's also a big political issue. Now, one of your opposing candidates, Donald Trump, has made sure that everyone understands his stance on immigration. So what do you think should be done about immigration?
I oppose granting amnesty to illegal immigrants, and I fully support implementation of current border security laws. While I do believe that something should be done about immigration, I also believe that the people of this age have lost sight of what immigration really is. Nowadays, people are viewing immigration as a law and order issue, when it's not all about that. Most immigrants don't feel safe in their home because they're threatened, and they want to do whatever it takes to save their family, which is what any of us would do if we were in the same position. I believe that we need a sequence of bills that proves to people that illegal immigration is under control, modernizes the legal immigration system, and takes care of illegal immigrants. I also believe that children of illegal immigrants should be treated well. They did not have a choice in the immigration process, so we can't punish them for that. We should be granting children of illegal immigrants legal status, but not citizenship. They should also be granted in-state tuition. If an immigrant's child grows up here and does well in school, the government should not be the reason they are not successful.
It's a very wise way of looking at such a hot topic, Marco. What do you think we should be doing about taxes? Do you believe in redistributing the wealth?
I do not think redistributing the wealth is the way to go. In a recession, no one should be paying higher taxes, not even the wealthy. I completely support the Taxpayer Protection Pledge, which states that anyone signs it, like I did, shall oppose any and all tax increases. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Times of high employment and sluggish economic growth is not the time to be raising the taxes. Just because we have wealthy people in this nation does not mean that they should be taxed more than someone who does not have as much money.
The wealthy people of America will be glad to hear that. As you know, the legality of abortion has been a huge debate throughout the years. What opinions do you have on the topic?
I am pro-life, but I understand that a woman's right to an abortion is law. However, I'm strongly against stem cell research, which is a product of abortions. As a state legislator, I supported various pro-life legislations, one of which included the ban of use of taxpayer dollars to fund stem cell research. I also don't think that taxpayer money should go towards abortion. Not every taxpayer is pro-choice, so why should they be funding what they are against? While I will respect the choice of anyone wanting to get an abortion, I will always be pro-life.
Thank you for answering my question, Senator Rubio. Now, folks, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Ted Cruz is on next.
Presidential Weekly!
I'm Marco Rubio, and I'm running for the Republican nomination for president.
I'm Ted Cruz!
Presidential Weekly! Go.
Welcome back. I have here with me Ted Cruz. Welcome, Ted. How are you?
I'm great, Nicholas. How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. All right, let's get started.
Sounds good to me.
Great. What's your view on immigration?
I believe that we need to get rid of everything that allows any undocumented immigrants to remain in our country. When I become president, I will triple the number of agents on Border Patrol and quadruple the equipment that the agents have. Also, I believe that allowing children who have been brought to the United States to remain in the United States without gaining citizenship is simply wrong.
Thanks, Ted. What is your view on taxing the rich more?
I support a flat tax because I believe that all Americans should be taxed the same, regardless of income. In 2013, I co-sponsored the Fair Tax Act, which would have altogether replaced federal and payroll taxes with a 23% sales tax. Taxing the rich who have the same opportunities as the lower class is unjust.
Thanks, Ted. So tell us how you feel about abortion.
Well, by that, do you mean do I support the murder of millions of babies? And the answer to that question is a resounding no. Abortion is something that I and many other Americans still have trouble wrapping their heads around. Not only is it a loss of a life for the poor innocent baby, but it can also cause emotional and mental distress for the women who have abortions. I successfully defended Texas's Rider 8, which prohibits state funding for any group or groups that provide abortions. I dedicate my life to defending the lives of the unborn. I would put an end to abortion if I became your president.
Okay, thanks, Ted. So how do you feel about national health care?
Well, Nicholas, I would throw myself in front of a train just to stop Obamacare. I will repeal Obamacare when I'm elected as your president. The idea of a national health care system will just not work in the United States, and it is being proven right now with the enactment of Obamacare. This is not a socialist nation. I believe in the wonders of a free market and support privatized healthcare systems.
Interesting, Ted Cruz. Now, I have a feeling of how you will respond to my next question. More gun control or less?
I support the Constitution, especially the Second Amendment. I fought tirelessly throughout my entire political career to keep guns in the hands of law-abiding U.S. citizens.
Thank you for your time, Ted. It was a pleasure. And thank you, America, for watching.
Anytime, Nicholas.
Presidential Weekly!
I'm Marco Rubio.
And I'm Ted Cruz.
And we approve this message.
Credit!